exercises between the two countries. In fact, the last exercise between the army was held in December 2025. So it's really building on this very broad basis and considerable experience in the defense and security cooperation field. That letter of intent was signed today to work on concluding a framework agreement for strategic defense partnership in order to expand the existing bilateral defense cooperation across a number of areas. And the idea would be to see what else it is that we can do. For instance, we plan to look at defense industrial cooperation, defense innovation, partnerships in advanced technology in the area of defense, as well as expanding the linkages on training, on education, perhaps training between the special forces of the two countries, look at defense threats in the cyberspace domain, counterterrorism, which is an area of interest for both countries. So I would really characterize it as a natural evolution from the already considerable defense cooperation between the two countries, and not necessarily a response to any specific event that may have taken place in the region, or of any intent to get involved in a hypothetical future scenario in the region. Sahil and Rishabh and Divya, I think you all asked questions related to various geopolitical issues that have hit headlines from this region in recent times, whether it is the developments in Yemen or developments related to the conflict in Gaza or the situation in Iran. I can only tell you that all of these issues were discussed between the leaders. I cannot get into the details at this stage, but yes, both leaders had the opportunity to share their views and opinions in detail on these issues. On trade and tariffs, mostly this discussion was about bilateral trade and the salutary impact that the India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership has had on bilateral trade, and how we need to expand it in the coming years. On digital embassy, it's an interesting new concept. It relates to the effort of a country to, in a sense, find a safe harbor for data that it considers of national importance and strategic value. There are not too many successful examples of this concept having been executed in too many places in the world, but there are a few. It is a new concept for us as well. We may have to work out a regulatory framework for getting into this, but it is an interesting area in which the UAE has expressed some interest, and we are willing to work with them and see how we can set this up, while of course respecting the fact that data has certain sovereignty related issues attached to it. We will work through these issues. On IMEC, Megha, you would be aware that India and the UAE already have an initiative in the form of the virtual trade corridor, which has been pilot tested in a sense. And this virtual trade corridor is essentially, in a sense, you can call it a software building block of IMEC going into the future. Right now, it is at a bilateral level between India and the UAE. And once launched at full scale, it can be replicated across the entire corridor as and when developments on that front take place.
Okay. Shruti, we'll go with you.
Thank you, sir. So, Shruti Ranjan from Bloomberg, sir. One clarification, sir, on the LNG supply contract, if you could give us the figure because I missed it. My apologies on that. And also, sir, on the Dolera investment, if you could give us details of what or a dollar figure if that has been decided in the talks, sir.
Amiti, please.
So Amiti from Hindu Business Line. So in the discussions on the India-EU CECA, did gold come up since, gold was one of the first items that created some issues after the trade agreement was in place. There was a spike in imports and then India had put in place restrictions. So did it come up in the discussions?
Neeraj.
नमस्कार सर, मैं नीरज दुबे प्रभा साक्षी से। इससे पहले सर आपने दूसरे प्रश्न में जो 3 सवालों के आपने जवाब समन्वित तरीके से दिए उसको हिंदी में बस दोहरा दीजिए सर। गाजा पीस पोर्ट वाला और बाकी जो 3 सवाल आपने जो लिए थे उसके एक सर।
Okay. Shruti, on LNG, this is a sale and purchase agreement between Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited and the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company Gas, ADNOC Gas. And it's a long-term agreement providing for the purchase of 0.5 million metric tons per annum of LNG by HPCL from ADNOC Gas over a period of 10 years, starting from 2028. So those are the details that I have immediately on that. On Dholera, the idea of there is no dollar figure right now because we are still looking at which projects will actually go into the package. But we are looking at pursuing or attracting investment from the UAE in the development of the special investment region in Dholera in Gujarat, which essentially focuses on infrastructure. And included in this infrastructure, you are aware that there is already a cargo terminal functional in Dholera. The idea would be to expand this and add a full-fledged international airport in Dholera. Next to that would be things like a pilot training school, an MRO facility, and also other infrastructure projects, as I said, ports and smart urban township, railways, energy projects, etc., that would come up. This will be pursued between the UAE and the government of Gujarat, and we will provide details as specific projects get agreed between the two sides. On gold, Amita, no, I don't think it got down to that level of detail where this particular issue came up, but I think you should address the question to the Ministry of Commerce, which might have details on what the exact status right now is with regard to this particular issue. Neeraj, मैं उस सवाल के सिलसिले में ये कह रहा था कि जो दोनों लीडर्स के बीच बातचीत हुई उसमें जो अभी गाज़ा में जो पीस प्लान है उसको लेके जो अभी हाल ही में कुछ डेवलपमेंट्स हुए हैं उनके बारे में दोनों लीडर्स के बीच में बातचीत हुई। ईरान में जो अभी हाल ही में स्थिति बनी हुई थी वहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट हुए थे और एक तरह से उथल पुथल वहाँ पे मचा हुआ था, तो उसके बारे में भी दोनों लीडर्स के बीच में बातचीत हुई। और जो हम पिछले 1 महीने से यमन में देख रहे हैं वहाँ पे जो हालात बने हुए हैं उनके बारे में भी दोनों लीडर्स के बीच में बातचीत हुई।
Thank you, sir. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the close of this press briefing. Thank you.